Today, we're here to celebrate the installation of Fuel Call. And we'd like to thank Atlas and Marathon Oil for taking the steps to put in a system like this to help drivers with disabilities to do something simple just to get gasoline. Or quite frankly, buy something from inside the C-store. People with disabilities, it's difficult to get in and out of your vehicle. We can do it, and we will do it if we have to. But if you think about it, something as simple as getting gas, it slows us down. Our day's already taking longer than the normal guy. And this enables us to participate in life just a little bit more fully. We come up here, we can reach out, you hit the fuel call button, someone comes out from the inside, and they're always cheerful, and they want to offer us something to drink, which I'm either going to buy it here or I have to go down the street. So, it's just so much easier. It makes my day go a lot easier and more timely. I can get on with my day, and it's not just for me. It's for seniors and people who have difficulties with their hands, who maybe they just can't unscrew the fuel cap or lift the fuel nozzle. Or credit cards are kind of hard to handle as well. So when you look at something that simple, why doesn't everybody do it? It's not that expensive a deal to do. There's tax credits to do it, and we would just like to see every gas station in America put something like this in. There used to be full service gas. Everybody did it, and we got away from that. To what we have today is a self-service environment, and it's not full service. It's accessible service. And I've yet to run into a convenience store worker who doesn't like the opportunity just to come out and give us a hand.
Well, it's our grand opening, but we're also trying to offset that we have now installed the fuel call at two of our pumps, Pump 1 and Pump 2, so that the handicap or even elderly people that have troubles pumping their gas, they can hit this button, and we provide a service Monday through Sunday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And we'll come out and pump your gas or get anything else that you need from inside the store, pop or soup or any of our hot items, and we'll provide that for them and bring that out for them as well, so they don't have any troubles getting out of their vehicle. Well, since we just took over ownership about 2 months ago, I'm from Waterford, so coming into Farmington, you try to fill your customer out and see what they need and stuff. We do have a lot of elderly people that do come into the gas station. So on top of, the handicap part of it, just, the elderly part, it's just a very nice service for them to come out and be able to help them. It kind of gives them the customer service back as well, And I would hope that that we could have facilities like this when I'm older, or if something happens to me. So I just think it's a great thing all around. Basically, it's a good thing, and I mean, my customers enjoy it, and we've only had it a month, and we have it at least 3 people a day, that enjoy that service, and then people are amazed actually that we provide that as I'm telling them about it. Even when it comes into the winter times and things like that, and people don't want to get out of their cars, elderly people or people that have problems with it, or people with babies and stuff. So it's just a nice thing to provide for your customers.
Well, if you're like myself in a wheelchair, it's almost impossible to pump your own gas, because a lot of times the pumps are mounted on a island like these, and so you can't get close to the nozzle, and then you need so much room just to get in and out of your vehicle, and sometimes your vehicle's too far away from the gas nozzle, and so you're almost at a huge disadvantage trying to make it work, and so the beauty of the program is it allows you to communicate with the gas station attendant in a dignified manner. So in the past they would ask you to beep your horn or something. You no longer have to do that. We have a website called thepumpguide.com, and what we have done is work with the Michigan Department of Transportation and the petroleum industry in Michigan, and we have identified 1,000 gas stations throughout Michigan that are willing to provide refueling assistance at self-serve prices. The only dilemma we've had in the past was how do we communicate that to them? Let's say if we're not in an area that we're familiar with, or they're familiar with you. And historically they've asked you to beep your horn, but we prefer not using that option. So the fuel call is a more dignified means of communication between the driver and the gas station attendant. Well, fuel call it was developed by a company out of Chicago, Inclusion Solution, and they have about 500 of them throughout the United States. We have about 60 of them here in Michigan. The goal is to eventually have one in every community. At least that's my goal, and that would at least give people an option in their local community, so they won't have to travel long distance to find this type of service. We're a ways from being there, and I just ask that anyone watching this program, if they go to a particular gas station, to go up to the people that operate that station and let them know about this program, and that there are, the tax incentives that are available, and hopefully that will encourage them to install one of these in that particular gas station. Well, the advantage that businesses get out of this, are the tax breaks that help them, or tax incentives under the Americans with Disabilities Act. When they passed the law, they didn't want to leave it as an unfunded mandate where the businesses would be left solely responsible for making their place accessible. So they came up with tax incentives, and one of those incentives allows a business to deduct 50%, and or $5,000. And so let's say that the item is $10,250. They can deduct $5,000 for that, and so they're getting it at a reduced rate. When you look at the Iraqi-Afghanistan conflicts, soldiers are surviving the injuries they've never survived before because the advancements in field medical technology. But with that comes, a responsibility on our part to be able to compensate for them. And one of those responsibilities is that they want to be able to independently not only live in their communities, but be access to services that are in those communities. And the fuel call is a means for them to accomplish this.